Okay, so imagine taking an entire 25-day intensive copywriting course and boiling it down to its most powerful, most profitable essence. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do right now. This isn't just about learning to write pretty sentences. No, this is about building a skill that can actually make you money. So if you've ever wanted to turn words into a real paycheck, you're in exactly the right place. Let's dive in. And we're starting with this quote because honestly, that's the whole point of this explainer. This isn't about some abstract theory you're going to forget tomorrow. Everything we're about to cover is a practical tool, something you can actually use to change your results, to change how you work, and what you can really achieve. So here's the roadmap of what that 25-day journey looks like. First, we'll lay the foundation, the key mindset shifts. Then, we'll get into buyer psychology, what really makes people tick. After that, we'll build the actual blueprint for writing persuasive copy. And then we'll get into the good stuff, salesmanship. Finally, we'll see how to put it all on steroids using AI. This is the path, step by step. All right, first up, the foundation. These first 5 days are without a doubt the most important part of the whole process. This is where you have to unlearn all the stuff they taught you about writing in English class. You got to stop trying to sound smart and start trying to connect, to persuade. It's a huge mental shift, really, from being a writer to becoming a marketer. And look at this. It just cuts right through all the confusion. We are all taught that good writing means perfect grammar, big vocabulary, all that. But effective copywriting, it's none of that. It is simply and only about one thing, influencing a decision with your words, whether that's getting a click, a sign up, or a sale. That's the whole game right there. And these are the core truths you have to burn into your brain. See, people don't buy with logic. They buy on emotion and then use logic to justify the purchase later. And in our world of endless scrolling, you have to remember that attention is the only currency that matters. If your message isn't crystal clear in about 3 seconds, it's just invisible. Always choose clarity over being clever. All right, so once that foundation is solid, the next 10 days are all about getting inside the buyer's mind. This is where we stop talking about what we're writing and start focusing on who we're writing for. Understanding this stuff is what transforms your writing from a pushy sales pitch into what feels like a helpful, natural conversation. This right here, this is the secret sauce. So many writers make the mistake of writing like they're giving a speech to a huge crowd. Don't do that. You have to picture one single person and write directly to them. Speak their language. Talk about their pains, their dreams. This isn't manipulation, not at all. It's empathy. It's showing them that you actually get it. I mean, how perfect is this quote? It just nails the whole idea. You're not trying to kick the door down and force them to buy something. You're simply guiding them, leading them to a conclusion that feels like their idea all along. That's real persuasion. Okay, so we've got the mindset, we've got the psychology. Now it's time to get practical. This next 10-day chunk is all about the blueprint, the actual structures and salesmanship skills to turn those psychological insights into words on a page that actually work. This is where the rubber meets the road. Most content online doesn't fail because it's bad. It fails because it's unstructured and frankly boring. This framework fixes that. You need a hook that literally stops their thumb from scrolling. A headline that creates so much curiosity they have to keep reading. A story that pulls them in, and finally, a super clear call to action so they know exactly what to do next. You're just guiding them, one step at a time. And this is where we get to the real money skills. This goes beyond just writing. It's about creating an offer that is so good it feels like a total no-brainer. It's about knowing their doubts and objections and addressing them before they even think of them. It's about using things like guarantees to take all the fear and risk out of the decision. This is pure salesmanship. Just let that sink in for a second. Seriously, you could write the most brilliant copy in the world, but it won't save a bad offer. But a truly irresistible offer, it practically sells itself. Your job as a copywriter, a lot of the time, is just to frame that offer in the most powerful way you can. And finally, we get to the last 5 days of the journey, the force multiplier. How do you take all of this, the mindset, the psychology, the blueprints, and just 10x your output? The answer is leverage. And today, the ultimate leverage for any copywriter is pairing your human brain with the raw power of AI. And this is the key distinction you have to understand. AI is your co-pilot, not the pilot. It's not here to do the deep thinking for you. You bring the strategy, the empathy, the human understanding. The AI is there to help with the heavy lifting, drafting faster, brainstorming hundreds of hooks, building out systems at a speed a human just can't match. Which, of course, leads us to the million-dollar question, right? It's awesome to have this super-powered skill, but how does it actually put money in your bank account? How does this turn into real income? Well, here you go. These are your paths to profit. When you combine a copywriter's brain with an AI's speed, your options just explode. You can be a high-paid freelancer for online businesses. You can help the local pizza shop or dentist in your town. Heck, you can even package up your own knowledge and sell templates and prompt packs. The opportunities are absolutely massive. And this is the final undeniable truth of the world we live in now. This isn't some battle of humans versus machines. It's much simpler than that. It's about the pros who use the best tools available versus the ones who get left behind because they don't. Because at the end of the day, these are the skills that AI can't ever truly replace. It doesn't understand human behavior. It doesn't get the deep nuances of persuasion. That's your job. That's where your value is. And that, my friends, is what makes you completely future-proof. So, yeah, we just condensed a 25-day journey into a few short minutes. But think of what you've learned here like planting a tree. It's an investment in yourself, in your ability to communicate and persuade that is going to grow and pay you back for years and years to come. And really, that's the ultimate takeaway here. This is so much bigger than just writing ads or emails. This is about mastering the timeless art of persuasion. And once you can do that, you hold the key. You can sell a product, you can sell an idea, you can sell yourself. You can literally sell anything.